Hi friends, Tracy here from the Sewing Channel. Welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. Today I've got 3 things to help you organize your personal sewing space. What I mean by that is the place where you sit right in front of your sewing machine and that area right around you, about 12 to 20 inches worth of that space. We tend to set stuff down and leave stuff there because we know we're going to need it again. I've got a solution for us. It totally works, and it only takes just a few minutes. So enough talking already. Let's get busy organizing our personal sewing space. First things first, grab all the things around your sewing machine and put them in one pile on another table. If you're like me, you'll have a few things that you actually do need to put away. Now let's start with a clean slate. I found this shelf at my local Goodwill and it was only a couple dollars, so that was a really good buy. But honestly, you can pick these up a dime a dozen at any store, even the dollar store. Figure out where you would like to mount this shelf. Make sure that it's in close proximity to your actual sewing machine station. Be sure that the damage-free stickies you use hold a certain amount of weight. These ones that I bought hold up to 3 pounds. The last thing you want to see when you wake up in the morning is your shelf and all of your sewing notions on the floor, broken. So it's best to use the ones that hold the most weight. Here I'm just following the directions that are on my package. It said to press the 2 pieces together first, then add to say the shelf or item, and then you push it up against the wall. So there is a specific sequence, so pay attention to that. I needed a tall, skinny container for my pens and my skinny ruler that I use at the sewing machine to check my 1/4-inch seam allowance. So I grabbed an old thread cone that doesn't have any thread on it anymore. I turned it upside down, and then I took the lid of a pill bottle, took the little plastic thing out. I hot glued the 2 pieces together, and then it gave it a nice flat base so that it wouldn't tip. But we are going to be putting a sticky on that anyways onto our shelf, so more of that later. There are so many items that we discard in the garbage that we could totally repurpose and reuse for something else. Here I'm just taking some really pretty washi tape and just adding some striping around this thread cone container. This little container will work out perfectly just to hold a couple items that I need in my personal sewing space when I'm at my machine. Think about when you're at your sewing machine, think about those items that you actually always grab for or have to get up for. Those are the things that should be on your shelf. This next project, you'll want to make sure that your magnets are extra strength. Trust me. I found mine at Walmart, but you can get them online anywhere. This is just a scrap piece of fusible interfacing. It's very lightweight, and you'll just want to trace around your magnet and then cut that out. The interfacing will make a really nice barrier for the glue so it doesn't seep through to our pretty fabric. Since I have 4 magnets, I chose 4 different pieces of really pretty fabric. Trace the magnet shape onto the back of your pretty fabric and then add just under a 1/2 inch all the way around. And then make that circle, kind of sketch it out with your pen with all the marks you made. And then you're going to just simply cut around that outer mark. Take the bumpy side of that fusible interfacing and lay it to the wrong side right in the center of your pretty fabric. And then just iron it down and that will fuse the 2 pieces together. Now, did you know that one side of the magnet is usually stronger than the other side of the magnet? And that's what I need you to check for next. You can see here there's definitely a stronger side to my magnet. Face the stronger side down onto your interfacing. That way, when it goes up on our wall, that will be the outside stronger magnet to hold our items. Grab your hot glue gun or whatever fabric glue that you might have on hand and put it on the interfacing and then put the magnet right back down on there, pressing firmly. Then add tiny dots of hot glue as you go all the way around, just firmly pressing those pieces of the fabric around that magnet. Be sure to press that glue and fabric together so it's nice and taut. We don't want anything loose. Here's how my 4 magnets ended up. Aren't they darling? Oh my word, these are so cute. I used the same sticky that I used on the shelf on my magnets, and here I just took out one full square for each one of my magnets. And they were really easy to stick on too, and they stuck really, really good. Figure out where you want your magnets to sit above your shelf. I have a right angle screwdriver that I use constantly on my machine to interchange my sewing feet, so I knew I wanted that to kind of stand up and let the magnet catch it. Having these little magnets up on the wall is going to be so useful because a lot of my Sewing Notion stuff is made of metal, so it'll stick. Now to make sure that this little cup does not tip over, I put a sticky on it, a nice thin one, and it stuck like glue. The best part about having this Notion shelf up high is so that my granddaughter Josephine does not feel tempted to grab my stuff off of my sewing machine area. Would you like to learn more? Look at your screen right now. I have hand-picked videos just for you. If you like today's video, go ahead, click one of them, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Until next time on the Sewing Channel, take care.